Hey, it's the boys. We back. psandbs, episode 29. Yes, we're back. Shout out to all the listeners. Shout out to all the YouTube viewers. Shout out to all the IG followers. If you haven't already, go show some support. Follow the Instagram at psandbspod. Today we're going to be discussing gaming industry crunch and some other gaming news, and of course some BS. But before all that, let me see what my guy's been up to. Yo, Biggs, what's good?
Yo, you already know, it's your boy Biggs, the most lovable one in the crew. You know, you hear this voice, start feeling funny, get butterflies this time. You hear the other boys' voices, you're like, all right, another episode, BS, let's get it. All right, so Biggs, this past week has been playing a plethora of games. Let me tell you, I've been really, and it's all because, I'm just trying to keep myself busy for the inevitable arrival of Persona 5 Royal. So I'll run through real quick. I've played Warzone has been steady. I've played Ni no Kuni Wrath of the White Witch a little bit. I've played Trails of Cold Steel 2 for a little bit. War Z on PC for a little bit. Fighters a little bit this morning with Steels. And a special game that I happened to beat this week. I started and beat it this week. I want to talk about it just a little bit in BS, but it's called Knights of Azure 2. Bride of the New Moon. I just want to touch on a little bit in BS, but that's all I've been playing.
All right. Hey, Lex, what you been up on?
Yo, what's up, everybody? Lex Statman here, a.k.a. Geek Elite, a.k.a. the Game Whisperer. Well, I have been playing the Division 2, as usual. You can just, do a soundbite of that, Division 2, all day, every day. I've been playing some Doom Eternal.
Yes, sir.
A lot of that. And I was a little miffed last episode when, Biggs was talking about Control, because that was one of my automatic buys during the first announcement, because I love Remedy and I love, they did the Max Payne games.
Max Payne, yes sir.
Yeah, and Quantum Break and all that. So I was like, let me get Control. So Control was on sale. Got Control on PS4. I didn't want to get it for PC. I got it on sale, and then I've also been playing the Game of the Week, which we'll talk about a little bit later. But just digging on those games, and I got a little rebuttal on Control later during the BS. So
okay.
We're good.
I got a lot to say down on
Sheesh,
BS.
now I gotta get ready.
No, it's not gonna be like that. It's not gonna be like that.
Yo, BS is gonna be lit this week, boy.
For real.
Oh yeah, I can feel it. I can feel it.
Yo, Steels, what you been up on, man?
Yo, it's your boy Steels 1682, Resident Fat Boy in the building, Freestyle Maestro hitting the sticks. A lot of the same. Little Destiny, little NHL, little Call of Duty, a little bit of Fighters today. What else? Did I touch on anything? Oh, a little 2K19. Not 20.
Mm-hmm.
19. Took
The
it back.
real 2K
game. We've been hitting them. We've been hitting them streets hard. We've been running fools. Let me tell you what. Oof. We've been running fools in 2K19. And then this little game called Predator Hunting Grounds, which I have a feeling is going to be a spicy topic when we get into BS. So
notice I didn't name that in my games
yet. yeah, I know. I noticed that too. I was waiting. I said that to myself, but I didn't say anything out loud.
Yes, sir.
So that's it. That's all I've been playing.
All right. And me, the almighty man. Of course, if you haven't noticed already, man, we're not on YouTube with the visuals this week, but we wasn't going to leave y'all hanging, so we going to give you the audio. But, on the gaming side of things, because all this Corona shit, I've been on the Doom Eternal heavy. And, of course, I tried a little bit of the Predator. And I wanted to play that Resident Evil beta. But a sad story, man. Because of some technical difficulties, they had to delay that boy.
I I can translate that what that really means. I can.
Their whole trailer was a technical difficulty.
Yeah.
That
Wait,
trailer was technically
Resident
difficult.
The Resident Evil 3 beta?
No,
The Resistance.
No.
The
The
Resistance.
multiplayer.
Oh, the Resistance one. Okay.
Yeah. And,
They're like, they know.
And I also been watching this show on Netflix, but I'll bring it up later. That's kind of been, I guess, the talk online, but
Yeah.
it's a little weird.
Oh yeah. I have a couple Netflix discussions.
But with that being said, man, I'm gonna throw it over to my guy Lex for the game of the week. Let's go, man.
So this week's GOTW game of the week, the GOTW. There you go. Is Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon.
Oh,
Hey,
All right, who's played this?
I have not.
Oh,
I haven't played any Far Cries.
your
Yo.
boy.
You guys are
Trav.
in for a treat. Far Cry. Let me just read the little thing that they have. Far Cry Blood Dragon 3 is the kick-ass cyber shooter. Welcome to an 80s vision of the future. The year is 2007, and you are Sergeant Rex Colt, a Mark IV cyber commando. Your mission: get the girl, kill the baddies, and save the world. Okay, this is basically using the engine of Far Cry 3, and they basically took acid and a bunch of drugs, and they made like an 80s crazy game that references Terminator, Predator, like all the 80s Schwarzenegger, all the freaking
this is
Sylvester
off of-
Stallone.
You said this
Go
was
ahead.
off of Far Cry 3 or 4?
Far Cry 3 off their
Yes,
engine.
yes. Yep.
This
yep,
came
yep,
out
yep,
in
yep.
this came out in 2013. It's a first-person shooter.
Yeah,
it's-
I played it.
Listen, just let me say this: there's a gun called the Cobra Con. Okay, let me read you a description of this gun. You know that burning sensation you sometimes get when you go to the bathroom? Now imagine that happening right through your skull. That's what happens when you put this rifle in the hands of a really good sniper. Put this in the hands of a bad sniper though, and you're wasting ammo shooting around some dumb clueless sentry who's turning around saying, "I thought I heard something." Yo,
Wow.
this is a standalone game, guys.
Yes.
It's super cheap by now.
Yeah.
It's hilarious.
It was,
Is it on
It was one of the
PS4?
DLCs. In
Yes.
Oh, okay.
2013. I think that was the year after, or couple years after the relaunch. But yeah, that was a lit game. I mean,
That
it wasn't
game-
it wasn't too long, but it was lit.
Yeah, it was different. It was very different. It's a good game. If you love first person shooters, open world, it's not like extremely huge, like where
Right.
you're sitting there going, "Oh my god, I got all these checkpoints." No, it's fine. It's a good
Right.
game. It's hilarious. The dialogue is hilarious.
Yeah, the one
The-
thing with Far Cry is when they come to their DLC, because they kind of marketed kind of like a DLC when it first came out, is they DLCs are usually lit, man.
Yeah. This is a
Far
standalone
Cry.
game though. You don't need Far Cry 3 for this. This is a standalone game. So check it out. Blood
I'm trying
Dragon.
to think who else did that. I'm thinking what else games
I
they
started
did that
with Far
for.
Cry 5. I never played 3, 4, none of that.
Really?
Yeah.
3 is the best one.
Yeah, 3's the best one. Best villain.
The best. Exactly.
Best villain. Best villain.
Come on, man.
Nobody's come close to this guy. It's not even close.
Exactly. They've been trying with the next two guys, but
But they're good, but no.
yeah.
this
the,
guy.
the latest one, the cultist guy, he was like, all right, cool, but
Yeah.
yeah, I forgot what his name is at this point, but
Yeah, me too. I
That was a
forgot.
good one.
No, the
was
Far
good.
Cry
Number
3
three.
is Voss.
Voss. Yep. Yeah, dude was a psychopath, man. Dude needed a counselor.
Sheesh.
Oh, you like to find some new phones? Oh, okay. Yeah, this guy, that's how he talks.
Yeah.
Well, let me tell you something now. This is my house. This is my house right now.
Wow.
You're in my place right now. You belong to me.
Yeah,
No, this
he
guy's
owes-
crazy.
Wow.
He owes some other shit, but that makes me want to go back to that game and actually.
I might
give
look
that
it
another
up. I
run.
might look it up in the store.
Yeah,
See what's
definitely
good
look
with
it up if you want that nostalgia look for Blood Dragon. I don't know, man. We got a lot of stuff on the docket, man. Where should we start, man? Where should we start? Who want to start off?
I know your Netflix, the Netflix talk and the Predator talk might take most of BS. So
Yeah.
I mean, mine's is quick. Mine is just. I don't
but
have a
Steel's
deep
got
dive.
some
Yeah,
too.
my
Steel's got
Netflix
some
is gonna
too.
be quick too.
Yeah.
My
Oh, okay.
Netflix so it
Oh,
ain't gonna
okay,
take
okay.
long either.
All right, so I'll start it off. I'll start it
go
off.
ahead.
I'll talk about this mystery game that came out of damn near nowhere.
Yeah.
Called Knights of Azure 2: Bride of the New Moon. I found this game through PlayStation Now, a service that I rarely ever use. I decided to get. I had it, and that's how I got Overcooked 2. So now I was like, oh, why not just look at the library, see what's good. Of course,
Right.
I try and look for those downloadable games rather than streaming, but
Facts.
you know, my internet can handle either. I ended up scrolling across this game. I don't know what intrigued me about it. It actually is the opposite of anything I like in anime and in video games, but I decided to play it anyway. I'm going to give you a quick little description and then I'll kind of tell you my experience. Okay, Knights of Azure 2 is a tale of three beautiful maidens drawn to each other. When three friends, deceived and separated by the tricks of darkness, find each other again, their bond shall become the light that will clear away the shadows and guide them toward the truth. This is one of those, like, all-female cast, big titty, harem, action, RPG kind of games. Number one, never digged all-female casts, ever. Not in anime, not in video games. Never.
Whoa.
I don't even like.
Canceled?
I don't even like female protagonists like that. No, it's not. It's not sex. It's just. I didn't mess with it. Yeah, I just didn't mess with it. I didn't feel as connected to female protagonists, and this game had nothing but. I don't think there was a single male in this game, which is crazy. It's kind of harem style, which is kind of uncomfortable sometimes because they're all females. So it's like,
Right.
all the females want the main character, and it's like, okay, so y'all all are, going that way. Cool. It's just but at its core, what it is an action RPG, and by action RPG I mean hack and slash, square, triangle, square. Shit is flying in the air. You're spinning around. You got link attacks. It's just a very action packed, and it's like on the scale of a Dynasty Warriors, to where there's like hella enemies on the field, and you're just doing a combo, and you just like rid all of them, and it's like it's a
Right.
very hectic game, and I think the gameplay itself and the combat is what made me keep playing it. I wasn't too interested in the story at first. I was just playing it to play it. Like, oh, got nothing else to do. Persona coming out soon. Can't do nothing crazy. So I'm just here. Yeah. So I'm trying to pace myself. Oh boy, I end up getting sucked in it. Sucked in it to the point where I beat the game in 2 days, and it was about a 20-hour story.
Oh my god.
So we talking about a 10 to 10. So that's pretty much that game was pretty cool. It was a good experience. It got mixed reviews. It got like a 7 or 6 somewhere. But to me, it wasn't that deep. It was enjoyable. I enjoyed it. The ending was satisfactory to me, and I don't know. It was kind of just a game that came out of nowhere. I kind of challenged myself to play something that I wouldn't normally play with a cast of characters that I normally wouldn't be interested in, and it turned out pretty good. So I'm glad I played it.
Yeah, I saw the trailer. I like the style. It reminds me of Xenoblade Chronicles 2. Mm-hmm. It has that type of art style. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it looks like definitely hack and slash action RPG. I've heard of it.
And that one was streamable or downloadable?
That was downloadable.
Okay.
Yep. It's
Wow,
by Koei Tecmo and Gust who made the game.
Yep.
All right, man.
Shit, you had me at big titties. Sold.
Yeah, they have like the tip mechanic to where you just walk in and they have the jiggle effect. They just
Oh
have
my
yeah,
God.
yeah.
So it's
they,
like
There's
Dead-
they put work
what was that
into
fighting
it.
game, Dead or Alive? What was that
Yeah.
with all the women?
Yeah, that was it. They have a YouTube video dedicated to this game just called Jiggle Jiggle Jiggle.
Yep. There you
I'm
go.
done.
Wow.
There you go.
Yeah.
For some
Jiggle,
reason,
jiggle,
they know what they're
jiggle.
doing too.
That's
Because for
crazy.
some reason, your hub is like a hotel, and for some odd reason, I wonder why, every time you get a new chick on your team, they all of a sudden want to go swimming at the pool in the hotel. Like it all of a sudden intrigues them. Like, I want to go swimming, and they do a little close up shot scrolling up of their bathing suit or whatever. And I'm like, yeah, these guys know what they're doing. They know what they're doing on here.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow.
What's the name of that again?
Knights of Azure 2.
Just texting the link, man.
Yeah, still.
God damn.
Yeah, for research purposes.
Yeah,
for research
yeah.
purposes.
Yeah,
Research.
yeah.
Tell your
yeah,
wife it's for work.
Yeah, you know.
Tell
That's
your
for
wife
work.
it's
That's
for
what
work.
this is
Yeah.
for.
Work.
I like
Jobs,
that I get
you
to
know?
play games and tell my girl that I'm working.
Yeah,
Like,
it's for work.
Man,
Yeah.
I'm out here
Yeah,
doing some research.
Yeah, it's for work.
that's what I did yesterday.
There you go.
Alright,
Like I got this demo. Oh, what? No, when we did
So
the
who-
Resident Evil 3 demo, I'm like, I got work to do.
Right, save here. So what else, man? What else we got on the docket?
Let's
Bobby,
hit
you
up
wanna
that Netflix
go?
real quick.
All right, so
Yeah.
because of all
You
this
wanna start?
Corona
I'll start.
shit, I just was, let me see what's on Netflix, and I like how Netflix got that new like what's trending, what the world's watching. I guess top 10.
Yeah, like the top 10. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I seen on the top 10 was this. I seen a guy and a picture of a tiger or a lion. I'm like, oh, okay. I like animals, and my girl like animals. So I'm like, let me see what this is all about, man. It's called The Tiger King, man. I know it's one of those. It's one of those. It's a series, so it's different episodes. It's like an hour or 40 minutes.
Docu-series.
Yeah, but it follows all these different guys and girls that own their own like zoo, pretty
Big
much,
cats.
and own all these big big cats, and the lifestyle that they live, and how pretty much they all hate each other in some way, shape, or form. And the show's just so ridiculous. It's so crazy that you're like, okay, I want to shut this down. I'm tired of watching it. But then something weird will happen. You're like, okay, I got to see what else is happening. You know what I'm saying? First, they throw out there the main dude he's gay. Then an hour later on another episode, they said, oh, he not only is he gay, but he got 2 husbands. I'm like, all right. Then his best friend got like 9 wives. Like, I'm like, come on, man.
Yeah.
And this is all factual. Like, they sit down with these people and they're talking like it's normal.
Yeah.
Like, this shit is crazy, man. So if you're looking for like some, I don't even know if I should recommend this show, but if you haven't
I've
seen
seen
it, man,
the memes. It has
just
been a
go-
thing on the internet.
just go check it out, man. Just check it out, man. I haven't finished it. I'm on like episode 3 or 4, but I'll probably end up finishing it probably a week or 2 from now. But it's just something
Well,
different,
damn.
man.
Then I guess I gotta be careful what I say, because that was one of the shows I was going to talk about. Me and my wife watched the Tiger
You watched the
King.
entire thing?
We watched the whole thing.
Oh, shit.
And it's the same way. I know Greg at work, I think he said by the 3rd episode, he said he's done. And there's a couple other people that just were like, I can't do this anymore. But it's like something will happen, and it's like, God, I gotta find out. Did that bitch kill her husband?
Right.
What
Right.
did he
Oh,
do?
yeah.
Did
Like, they
homeboy
just brought
get in
that
trouble?
out. Like,
Did this...
her millionaire
it's
husband's
like-
missing.
Yeah, just all of a sudden missing, and then they went further deep into it and talked about how the only documentation showing for the will that takes everything away from her just all of a sudden went missing right after she went to the trailer. So it's like,
Wow.
it's some nut shit. There's a lot.
It's like a cult. I want the green shirt.
Yes, her
I got the
her
blue
side of it
shirt.
is a cult. She is fucking crazy. She's running a cult. But everyone's all like, she's perfect. She's awesome. She's doing a good thing. Bitch, she doing the same thing the other 2 people are doing. She's making money off these tigers.
And she
used to
down
breed
here in
them and sell
Florida,
them
too. She in Tampa, right?
Yeah.
In Tampa?
Yeah, she in Tampa.
Big Cat Rescues, man. Shout out to you, man. Shout out to Joe Exotic. And the Doc, man. We out here.
And the doc. It's very... It is entertaining at times. At times you do go like, why am I fucking watching this shit?
Yes.
But then some nut shit will happen, and you're like, well, now I gotta see what comes of this. You know,
Right.
it's just crazy, yo. You haven't gotten past. See, you got to finish watching because some shit happens, man. With his husband.
I promise you, I'm gonna finish watching this before next episode. I promise
Yo,
you. I promise.
it's crazy.
My girlfriend
It's
checked
crazy.
out of it, but
But-
I'll finish watching it.
So we finished watching that, and yesterday I was like, babe, let's watch something. Like, I was done with gaming, and I'm like, hey, you want to watch a movie or try to get into a new show? She's like, yeah. So I'm flipping through Netflix, and I've heard a lot of talk about this show, Lucifer,
Same.
that we were interested in getting into, and then she mentioned Ozark,
Ooh.
and I was like, okay. So scrolling through, Ozark's number 2 on that top 10 list.
Right.
And I think Lucifer. I don't think Lucifer's on the top 10 of what's training because it's been out for a while.
Right.
So we decided to start with Ozark last night, and we watched the first episode. And boy, let me tell you,
You hooked?
Probably when we're done recording here, I'm gonna go out there. We're gonna watch like the next 2 or 3 episodes because it is crazy.
How many
It
seasons?
is crazy. They just put the 3rd season. It's a Netflix original.
Okay.
They just dropped the 3rd season. They're about an hour long each episode, about 10 episodes per season.
Alright.
So basically, from what I got from it, it stars and is produced by Jason Bateman. He is an advert. No, he's a
Shout out to Arrested Development.
Oh, I love Arrested Development.
Hell yeah.
He's I forgot what he is. He does something with money, like he invests people's money and stuff like that.
Okay. Financial advisor or something like that.
Yeah. So some shit like that. Basically, him and his partner are trying to get their own place, but he finds out he didn't know that his partner was doing some bad business. He was siphoning money from this dealer. So they were cleaning bills for this Mexican cartel.
Okay.
But he didn't know that his partner and his partner's friends, there's 4 of them, were skimming money off the top for X amount of years. And first fucking episode, bro, it just hits the fan. Just people dying left and right, getting stuffed in barrels of acid, and it's just like, yo. So now he's on a mission. He has to get what he promised, otherwise his whole family gonna take an acid bath.
Oh shit.
It's crazy.
Yeah. Spoiler alert, man. I gotta check that out.
Yeah.
Lex.
That was just the first episode, so that's like the pilot. So
Okay.
yeah. But I think it's worth at least a try. We're gonna really get into it and see how it continues. If it keeps the same energy from episode 1, I'm gonna really like that. It's gonna be a really good episode or show. So
that's a good Corona lockdown watch.
I would say so far that's a good Corona watch, and then we're gonna hit up Lucifer after that.
All right, cool. Lex, I know you're a big cinema guy, man. So I just want to get your take on some of these things, man. What's any Netflix originals or series that's been piquing your interest that you probably haven't checked out yet or have checked out?
I think with everything that's going on, the timing, I don't know if it was the time, but I've been waiting for season 2 of Kingdom. I don't know if you guys have heard of it, The Kingdom.
Yeah, I think I've heard of it.
It's basically zombie apocalypse, but back in the times of the samurai and.
Shit! No. Never mind.
If you have, you need to see that.
All right.
Listen, that's one of the most terrifying. It's terrifying, bro. It's terrifying because
boys.
The budget's behind it, right?
Yes, dude. It's terrifying, and this is
on Netflix?
Yes, I think it's South Korean, North Korean. It's the first one of the first Korean originals allowed. Like it came out 2 years ago. Oh my god!
It's subbed. It's like you gotta watch it subbed.
Yes, it's subbed. It's subbed.
Okay.
That's how hardcore it is.
Holy shit!
And man, they take their time with these zombies. You know they don't mess around when it comes to horror.
Yeah.
They don't mess around. And this is some scary because all zombie movies, people are running and screaming.
Yeah.
Nah, man, this is like swords. This is my shit. Wow. I love samurai shit.
I hear you.
So it's really, the plot is really good. It's about a king, a prince that was about to take over one of his lands, and he got framed for murder for killing the king.
Okay. Oh wow!
And for killing his dad, and he's on the run. He's like the main character with his bodyguard, which is that's one of the best characters I've ever seen in a long time. That boy is hardcore. And yeah, basically there's this flower that they gave the king that can bring him back to life. So the king is like a freaking zombie.
Oh, great.
But nobody knows. They just think he's quote unquote sick.
Ah.
So his homie, his right hand, is temporarily taking over the kingdom.
Gotcha.
Oh, it's good. There's a lot of subplots in there because back then all the houses wanted to take they wanted to take each other out, but then they got the zombie apocalypse on top of that. Man, it's very good.
Sounds like Walking Dead meets Game of Thrones.
Yeah. I mean, this was before. Yeah. You can say that. Yeah, definitely not so dramatic in the sense of
right.
there's a lot of stuff, but check it out. That's good.
All right. right. Are you gonna check out Tiger King?
I saw it trending because I opened the Netflix thing, and I'm not really into those reality type shows.
Okay.
I don't like those shows, but if it's funny and entertaining, I don't know. I don't think I'll do that. I'm good.
All right. Cool. What about you, Biggs?
I'm waiting on The Boys season 2. Everything else.
Oh, yeah.
Everything
man.
else
Oh,
can.
I keep seeing it on my TV because I got an Amazon TV, so it just always shows up. I'm like, bro,
Yep.
come on, man.
I'm
Tighten
waiting
up.
on The Boys season 2. That's
Now's the
about it.
time.
Now, speaking of The Boys, I think The Boys been getting in some Predator trial, man, this weekend, man.
Boy.
Okay. All right.
Oh boy.
All right.
Who wants to take the floor
I'm going
first?
last.
Steels is going
I'm
last.
going
He told
last.
me that.
I'm
He
going
made that
last.
clear. He's going last.
I'm going last. Y'all
Trav,
boys
okay,
duke it out.
Trav,
on
I
you
me.
probably had to let
Whoa!
least time.
Wait! Before you get there, because I know this is gonna be a long one. Just let me have a couple seconds for my control rebuttal.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
shit.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
I respect that.
And maybe you can sneak in that unlocked rebuttal.
Oh my God! Yeah. Well, I think. Oh my God! I forgot about that. That was something I wanted to forget.
Oh shit! All right, go ahead.
Wow.
Lex.
All right. So last week, I think a Big said he was playing Control. And side note, nothing bad, but he was playing on regular PS4.
Wow.
No, it's nothing bad. It's just just the way it is.
Wow.
So
They giving away my tech, bro. You're gonna have these people think I don't make money doing this.
No.
I got a
Listen,
PS4 Pro.
dude, you got a PC. You're good. You're beyond good.
Oh, here we go.
You're on top of the
I do
game
have
right
a-
now,
yeah,
dude.
I do have a PC. I do.
Especially with those pictures you sent me. Anyways,
All right.
Pause.
yeah.
You're doing good with the pictures you sent.
Yeah, he sent me some screenshots.
All right. I was playing on the regular PS4.
All right,
Yeah, and I said it in a good way. I didn't say,
it's good. It's good.
So anyways, I have Control. I bought
Serviceable.
it. It's serviceable. I played it on the Pro, the PS4 Pro.
All right.
Spider-Man Collector's Edition. And I love it. It's right up my alley. I mean, I knew I was going to like it since the
Right.
trailer. The performance is fine. I understand what you're saying, Biggs. It's definitely, excuse me, anything weaker than what we currently have right now. Yeah, it's not going to work. Xbox One and One S might have trouble with that game for sure. Yeah, I can tell. It's chugging. It's doing okay on Pro. It's fine. But I can tell that if it was anything less, because this game has a lot of destructibility, a lot of physics, like the
Particles.
physics. Yeah, dude, the
Go
physics
pick up
engine.
anything and throw shit and blow shit up.
There's times when the screen will be filled with paper, just paper, from everything you're moving, and that will definitely kill your frames. That will kill your performance because there's so much. But the game is really good. I like the horror aspect. Love the story is very
Are
interesting.
you keeping up? Like, you know exactly. I know kind of like what it's about. Like, she's the chosen one and shit like that.
Yeah.
But, like, are you like 100% like following it?
Yeah, well, you can talk to that first security guard lady, whatever her name is,
and
Jamie
ask her
Stacy.
questions. Yeah.
Yeah, I went through that a few times just to kind of get my bearings.
Okay.
Yeah. So, I mean, you can always repeat it. It's not a big deal. But I'm definitely not getting ahead of myself in that game. I'm kind of like in the moment rather than trying to figure it out. I'm kind of just going with the flow.
Right.
So I think if you approach it like that, like I'm a girl with a gun and powers and something's wrong with this building and I can fix it. If you kind of start there and listen to the dialogue, because it's meant to be confusing like that at the beginning, because there's a lot of mystery in this game. A lot of mystery. Because you don't know. You don't know. This game doesn't tell you anything.
Yeah, I don't even. Yeah, don't know how she got there. Don't know.
This game, you just literally show up and you're in the building and boom, you're ready to go.
Yeah.
Oh, here's a gun. And it's like, oh, okay.
Yeah, that's
know,
why
and
I'm
she
holding
keep-
out.
Yeah, it's good. I like it, but I can see what you're saying, Biggs. By performance wise, yeah, it's gonna chug. It's very ambitious.
Yeah.
Very ambitious.
I would love to play it on PC. That's it.
Yeah,
That's
I'm,
all it
I'm
is.
definitely gonna wait for PS5 for it. They already said that they're gonna drop it for next gen, so I'm just gonna hold off. Just on that note, because I want to make sure when I play it, I don't deal with any issues.
Speaking of bad performance and chugging along,
Do it.
And games looking like shit.
Do it.
Oh my God, where do I start? Trav, I actually wanted you to start. But
All right. Okay. You want me to go?
yeah,
Because I had the least time with it.
yeah, I want
literally-
you to go. Yeah, I want you
I
to
literally
go first.
booted up this morning.
You had the least time. Biggs only
Yeah.
played 5 minutes.
Biggs
Oh.
played like 4 games.
I played
Relax.
two.
Oh, okay.
I played 2 games, both on squad. Never played the Predator
Yeah,
yet.
I had it preset to squad though. I didn't really. I wasn't
Yeah,
really
I-
interested in playing as Predator.
Yeah, same thing with Friday the 13th because
Yeah, I
kind of
mean,
the same
yeah, I
premise.
was just
always
about
like
to
be
say
the
that.
camper.
I was
Yeah.
just about to say that. Yep.
Yeah, so I mean, I don't know, man. That game came out with high hopes, but it doesn't look good. It just doesn't look. It doesn't
Okay.
look good.
Okay.
Okay. This is my dilemma with it. They drop you in a map. They don't tell you nothing. They just say, "All right, you're in a map with your buddies. Go find some shit. Go find him. Go find the Predator." Next thing you know, you see a bright laser beam coming out of the trees, picking off one of your teammates, but it ain't really doing no damage. So now you aiming up in the trees, but the trees so pixelated and so garbage looking, you just knocking limbs now. You just knocking trees. Next thing you know, boom, they said the Predator's down. I'm like, what? One of my teammates had knocked the Predator off. Now we just gotta stand around him for about 3 minutes while all these AIs come out and just try to, I guess, take him from us. And then the match was over. I was like, what? I don't even know how we did it. Oh my god.
That
Okay. Before you guys continue, because I have not played it, I have not seen anything. I remember I originally said Ilphonic, if given the budget, can make a decent game. I'm gonna save it for when you guys are done, but from what I'm hearing so far is the budget wasn't good. All right, go ahead.
Yeah,
continue.
that's clearly looks that way to me.
So yeah, okay. So what else?
It's definitely.
Trav? Anything else?
I'm gonna just leave it like this. I'm not copping. Sorry, Johnny. I will cop it if it goes 50% off. I'll buy it for the 20. I'm not spending out the 40 for it. I'm cool.
That's fair enough. And I actually feel bad because I really do want to play it with Johnny. I don't know why. It looks like Johnny don't even show up online though. I don't know.
I'm gonna text Johnny after this podcast so we can at least get a couple games in with him.
Right. I would do that. I'd rock with y'all. And that's what I was telling Steels earlier. I said, yeah, I'll play this game with friends. I mean, that's about it. Like, I'm not
Right.
very how my experience went was the game looks incredibly bad. And by incredibly bad, I mean like there was some PS3 games that looked better than this game. And we're at the end of the current gen. You know what I'm saying? This is when motherfuckers need to start experimenting. You know what I'm saying? They need to start experimenting with some upscaling, some 4K. You know what I'm saying?
So okay.
They need to start experimenting. But nah, we got, bro. I could barely see what was in front of me in that fucking.
That's
game.
what I'm saying.
You expect me to aim out of an iron sight when you could barely see through the hole of that motherfucker? Nah, bro. Listen, that thing looks terrible, and there's no saving that part of it because that game is about to come out in 2 weeks. There's nothing they could do. Sorry, it's already on shelves actually. It's already on shelves. It's in boxes, you know. So there's nothing they could do on that front. So whatever, they just got to bite the bullet for that. My experience with the gameplay was like, it was never really Predators versus Fireteam until the very end when the Predator could just camp you out while you're trying to get on the fucking helicopter. I hadn't encountered the Predator the whole game. We're sitting here doing bullshit ass objective things with AI that are stupid as fuck.
Oh yeah,
The AI are crazy
one shot,
retarded.
they down.
Yeah, the AR is completely useless. These enemies, these walking points, these walking ammo drops is so bad. And then right after you feel accomplished with your team, like, oh, we did a lot of work. We did these objectives for I don't know why, but now we got to get to exfil. The ropes come down. All of a sudden, here comes the fucking Predator while we're trying to interact with the rope, and we got to hold square. And it's like, okay. It's like, okay, 2 people survived, 2 people died. All right. We didn't see the whole game, Predator. Thanks. The minute we about to leave this motherfucker. Like,
so you didn't see him jumping from tree to tree with the laser?
No, I couldn't see shit past my field of view, man. I wasn't zooming into shit. I can't see nothing. That game looks bad, bro. That game
we didn't even make it to the first objective. Like, we literally made it like 10 feet from our drop zone and dropped him.
Yeah, nah, bro. Literally. And then they dropped 4 ropes, and I mean, it makes sense that I guess that's where a kind of team communication thing comes into play, is because they drop 4 ropes, so I guess you got to call your rope, because if you're in the middle of interacting with a rope, if a motherfucker interacts with it a bit faster than you ain't got no rope, and guess what? You a motherfucking Predator trophy at that point, so it's all over. And I'm like, bro, we did all that shit for what? For him to camp out at the end? Like, it didn't feel like it didn't feel like Fireteam versus Predator. It just felt like Fireteam doing what they got to do and Predator being nosy. Like, the Fireteam was doing objectives that had nothing to do with taking down the Predator.
See, that's what my question was. Like,
the objective was not take down Predator. It was just do whatever we're here to do, and Predator is just trying to fuck it up.
Oh, so it's not like Friday the 13th where you want to go get the key, you want to go get the gas.
No, you're doing bullshit objectives.
You want to go get the battery.
You're getting you're getting intel. You're getting intel and bullshit like that. You're restoring power and shit. I don't know what the fuck we're doing. And then yeah, no. I don't have anything good to say about that game. Maybe it could make fun. It could make some fun with the whole private match thing with friends. That might make it fun, but I don't have nothing good to say about that game. Nah, I'm good. I'm chilling on that. I'll play with y'all after this if you tell me. But other than that shit don't got a very long lifespan on the PS4, bro. That shit might see the Shadow Realm soon. I don't know, bro. I don't got shit good to say about that.
The Phantom Zone. The Phantom Zone.
Yeah.
Steele's over there with his heart broken right now.
I want to hear what Steele's has to say, because he's actually played with Predator. He seems like he enjoyed that aspect. So I can't relate to that, but I'm ready to hear what Steele's got to say.
I was just muted that whole time, waiting for y'all to get it all out, because now that I'm speaking, I want all of y'all to shut the fuck up and just let me talk and just listen to what I have to say. All right? Y'all put all your little shits out there. Now it's my turn to speak. All right? So, I'm going to start, before I put all my reasonings and whatever I feel about the game and all this, my overall like or dislike of the game, I can sit here and say I like the game. Okay? There. I'm on that side of it. So, here we go. Now, yes, there's a lot of bad things about this game. Biggs, when you said about aiming, yeah, it is really hard to look through the iron sight and see your target when you're shooting. I agree 100% with that. This game is 100% based on the first movie. And me, I know Lex has said numerous times he is a huge Alien fan, and that's his number one. My number one is Predator. I have watched Predator millions of times. That is my favorite franchise when it comes to that type of movie. If you ever seen the first one, to the point to where you know it and you understand it, this game is completely based on the first one. They went into the jungle, just like you are in this game, to do objectives and get intel and get all this other gas stuff. They had no clue what the fucking Predator was. That's what this whole game is based on. Okay, you go in there as the fire team. Oh, there's all these villages. You have to go in here, plant the fake drugs, steal the whatever gas, do whatever. There's different, depending on where you start, will depend on what objectives you have and where. Yes, you have to eventually get to the end where the landing zone is. Sometimes you have to call in a second helicopter. Oh, well, technically a first helicopter before the one that you escape on to come and deliver some packages, and you got to protect that. Now, yes, the AI are stupid. Yes, it's hard to aim down sight, but it's not difficult to shoot. You just have to get used to it. It's a different platform. I use the shotgun a lot for up-close encounters. Excuse me. The whole aspect of the Predator jumping from tree to tree, being invisible and shooting limbs off, that's in the movie. That's part of the movie. It's supposed to be like that. Does it look good? Whatever. It's not a blockbuster game. Okay? Now, it's hard. Yeah, neither one of y'all tried the Predator, so it's hard to sit there and just be like, oh, I've only done this, because I personally prefer the Predator over the Fire Team. Fire Team isn't bad. It is gonna be fun with people, because I played with a friend yesterday, and it was pretty nuts because you're going through again. It's based off the first movie where you don't know about the Predator. You're going in, you're hunting, you're killing these people, you're grabbing intel, you're doing your normal mission, you're listening to your comms, and then you just hear this loud doom, doom. And then you hear the fucking Predator's iconic snarl, his breathing sound, his screaming, and then you look up in the trees and there's not feathers, but a ruffling, the leaves falling off, and you see him jumping from tree to tree, and then he starts screaming. He comes down at you. It fucking gets intense. There was one point where my boy was hiding because he was the only one left, waiting to revive us, and you just hear this motherfucker coming closer and closer, and we're like, oh my god, panicking. I don't know what to do. I don't know where to go. Where is he? I guess it just depends on the people you get in the lobby, because what Trav discussed and what Biggs discussed, I've seen both of them, and I've also, because I've played probably about 15 games. Yes, we ran across a Predator that all he did was camp up and shoot, run from tree to tree, shoot, run from tree to tree, shoot. In every game, there's always that person who finds a loophole and then just uses the fuck out of it. I've also come across the Predator that was easy to kill because they don't know how to use him yet. It is a little difficult. The first time I used a Predator, it was hard to know how to switch weapons and how to use his camouflage, and you can change from infrared to ultra red to regular view. You can do all that stuff. Learning how to heal yourself, use your second wind. It's just a learning curve. But now I got it down to where I can play the Predator. And what do? You jump up in the tree, you run around. Yeah, you could be that cheese ball and just wait to the end because you know they're going to be there. But that's no fun. I jump and I go from tree to tree, jumping around, what they're calling predcore instead of parkour. They call it predcore. And that aspect I like, climbing up the trees, jumping from side to side, And you listen, you hear gunfire, you hear the alarm go off, you start going in that direction, and you go after them. There's been times where when I was a Predator, I'm shooting him with the beam, I'm coming across, there's one guy by himself, I drop down, I switch to my net. Now, net one, pow, 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 he's on the ground. His other buddy comes to try to help him. I slash him down to the ground, and then the third guy comes. You just have to figure out the best way to go about it. It's a lot like playing, what's that game? Batman. When you're in a room full of enemies in Arkham, and you're up top, you got to figure out what's the best way to sneak down and hit this guy, or tie up this person and get this guy by himself. And it's just strategic like that. That's it. Is the game great? No. Is there issues with it? Yes. The load time takes for freaking ever, especially if you specifically want to play as the Predator. It takes a little longer because everyone wants to play as a Predator. Does it have potential? Yes. Could it be better? Yes. But I am in no way, shape, or form going to sit here and say this game is the worst game, is horrible, because trust me, there are worse games than this. The real 2K. Okay? So, I am planning and possibly will pay $40 for this game, because I have other friends who downloaded it who enjoy playing it, and they're like, yo, this is going to be some nut shit when we get 5 people on and we're hunting each other with a Predator. Now, real quick, last little tidbit before I close up my piece and we can move on, or if anybody wants to say what they want to say on my take, is y'all brought up Friday the 13th. There's also another game called Dead by Daylight, which is about the same type like this game. Okay, now, in those games...
And Evolve.
What can you do? What could you do as the fire team? You have no weapons. You just sneak around. You put on generators. You look for a key. You escape. Boring. 2 games of it, and I'm moving on. I'm ready for the next thing.
Better. Have you played Evolve?
No, I didn't play Evolve. I heard that game was trash, but I never got it.
Yeah,
so
actually,
I can't
it
sit
wasn't
here
that
and
good.
say anything.
You're playing it right
I
now
can't say
in
anything
Predator. You're playing Evolve right now in Predator.
Okay, well, this one they give you weapons. You can customize
So did they
shit.
did it
There's
Evolve.
a leveling up. There's a leveling up system. You know, you have objectives. It's not just, oh, I'm just gonna sneak around and turn on this generator. Oh, I'm gonna put this trap up. Oh, yay, I escaped. Okay, next game. You know that is. I don't care if the graphics are good.
I plan on
that
playing
game is
with
still
you
boring.
after this, Steels. I plan on playing with you
know,
after this.
This game,
I'm gonna call
like I said,
Johnny.
100% had the opportunity to be the best out of all of them. Again, it is not. There's a lot of things wrong with it. Yes, the graphics is what it is. I don't think it's horrible. I mean, it's not great, but I mean, at least I can see where he is when he's jumping from tree to tree. I'm up there shooting the tree. Yes, the AI is stupid and they're kind of irrelevant, but
Right.
I mean, I don't know. When I played with my friend yesterday, it added an extra excitement because me and him are just like running around, helping each other out, you know, and this and that.
That's why I want to play
shit,
with,
there's a predator.
That's why I want to play with
and
you
then
guys.
when the predator's there and he's going ham, and you're just like, oh shit, he's fucking on me. You're shooting him, switch to your fucking shotgun, pow, 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 pow. And then if you go down as the predator, you got to initiate that self-destruct sequence, you know. And there was one time where when we were playing, my buddy, he what was it? We all went down, and the predator was down. He activated the self-destruct sequence. He ran to the rope. I'm like, yo, just save yourself. Go. At least we get one that survives.
Save yourself.
As he went to the rope and hit square, the self-destruct went off, and we all lost. You know, and we're like, no, we were so close. So
that's funny.
There you have it. I don't think this game is trash. I don't think it's the worst game out there. I think it has a lot more potential than people say it does, and people just didn't give it enough chance. Because in the beginning, I felt the same way, but I kept giving it a chance, and now I was like, yo, I need to get to the Predator level 13 so I can get that double staff. Because one of the Predators we faced was like godlike, and he had that bow staff, bruh. He was going through there like some fucking, I don't know what. I have never seen it. He was just like shwomp, 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 doing all these fucking crazy combos with this thing, and he was hard to take down. I have not came across an easy Predator like you have, Trav. Maybe one of the first ones we put down pretty quick. Pretty much every Predator I've came across has been challenging. We have killed a couple. I've had some where they wiped us out real quick. If you don't know how to play as a Predator, you go in, you try to take one down, you run out, you heal yourself. You can heal yourself twice, and then if you put the right perks on, you can get your second win twice. The last time I played Predator, I ripped off the dude's bones. That's another thing. The cutscenes when you fucking win and you rip their skull out. It's sick. I like it. I'm a Predator fan. I love Predator 100%. So it's very nostalgic for me, and I understand the game. So there you have it.
So really quick, I want to bring up just a few things because I have no stock in this. I have no interest in this, but I do want to say that coming from the perspective which was just spoken, which is you said, Steels, and you guys are talking about, I have two questions. One, how much is this game going to be?
$40 when it comes out.
$39.99.
Okay, and now to reiterate what Steels was just saying about being a fan and stuff, I understand exactly what you're saying because when the Aliens, Colonial Marines came out, that's my shit. You know, Alien World is my shit, and when that game came out, I tried and I gave it a chance, and it was horrible. I'm just saying it could happen, but I'm just saying if you like it, that's fine. Like I said, I'm not interested in it. I wanted Ilphonic to do well because they kind of do these games that the fans want. Like I wanted a Friday the 13th game. I thought that was a great idea, and I enjoyed.
It wasn't a horrible game. It's just too one-dimensional. It got boring really quick. I could play 3 games of that and I'm done.
What, a Friday the 13th?
the Friday the 13th. Same as Dead by Daylight. It's like, okay, same shit. All right, I'm gonna turn on this generator.
These games, these trend of these games. Hopefully, this game will, there's always patches and stuff like that. Hopefully, it'll get fixed. I hope it's good. I like Predator too. I definitely am a fan of that too. I just hope that this game does well, because Ilphonic seems to be the only people right now taking these franchises. These franchises are only going to lend their name for so long. You know what I'm saying? If it's not successful, we're not going to get another chance. They're not going to be like, oh, let's give Freddy to somebody. Let's give this to somebody. If the game's not doing well, then we're not going to get these games. So hopefully it's good. I don't know. We'll see. I mean, there's plenty of other stuff out there for us to play.
Like I said, there's definitely room for improvement. A lot of room for improvement. If people are just talking about graphics only, it's like you said, that there's more to a game than just a game. Sometimes it's performance. Sometimes it's movability. Sometimes it's gameplay.
Right.
It's like there's a lot of things. The graphics aren't horrible. Yes, there's times where I'm shooting at the freaking Predator and I'm just shooting limbs off. Guess what? That's in the movie. The Predator's really fast. You're not supposed to keep up with him that easy. I mean, freaking Jesse Ventura sat there with a goddamn minigun and just mowed down the whole damn forest and didn't even touch him. So, I mean,
the graphics aren't horrible. They're terrible.
I don't see that's why that's a bad part. Oh, that's your opinion.
Hey, but I am gonna play it after this podcast. I am gonna text Johnny.
I only take graphics so serious with shooters because it's like, yo, it's a fucking shooter, bro. This is first person. You don't gotta worry about a character model over the shoulder.
But this isn't a first person shooter.
You don't gotta. It is a first person shooter.
It is a first person shooter. What are you talking about?
It is a first.
It's only third person when you're the Predator.
Not really.
Yeah. Or is it there? I mean, I never played as Predator. I don't know.
I'm assuming.
Yeah, Predator, you're third person.
Okay, yeah. Well, when your fire team's a first-person shooter, like.
Well, yeah, when you're first person, okay.
Fucking polish that bitch
and that's
up.
what I said. I agree with the whole aiming aspect. It is hard to see what you're shooting at.
Maybe we got to upgrade our guns.
That could be
Probably
changed.
got to get some better.
But
scopes.
you can upgrade your guns. I haven't gotten there yet. I'm close with the first weapon. I don't know if you can add a scope or not on your gun. Haven't gotten there yet. You might be able to. Then it might
If it come
get
out
easier.
on PC, I'm gonna have to see. I'm gonna have to see about that. I'm gonna have to see, bro. That's literally because the PC unlocks your potential. Like, it's in the coding. If PC could make that bitch better, you know what I'm saying? It got to be in the coding somewhere that it has the potential to look good. It's just the hardware ain't unlocking that. PC might be able to.
Speaking of potential, man, Bobby, is that all you had to say about Predator?
Yeah, pretty much. I won't
Speaking
mind
of
getting
potential,
it.
man,
I'll spend the 40.
What happened to Resident Evil Resistance, man? We were supposed to get the double weekend, Predator and Resident Evil, man. What happened, man?
Go look up gameplay of that trailer, and that should answer your question.
Yeah. That trailer was a technical difficulty.
They probably just saw that and they go, "Oh my god, we're gonna release that." No.
But it's only delayed on the PlayStation 4 and the PC. But the Xbox version is out. It's running right now on the Xbox.
I haven't heard anything about that.
That's good for them. God bless them.
I mean, they're so desperate they'll take whatever they can, but whatever.
Jesus Christ! Speaking of desperate Xbox guys, I don't want to live on this island too much. I'm pretty sure Lex probably got a little bit to say, man, on that Unlocked episode, man. Do you want to even say anything, rebuttal anything they had to say on that episode? Because I watched it and I couldn't believe the shit I was hearing, man.
Yeah,
just
go
the
ahead,
part about role reversals.
Yeah, definitely.
Xbox showed, not just told.
Yeah, they went. Listen, let me say this. First shout out to Ryan McCaffrey and Destin Legary. I love those guys. I love Podcast Unlocked and Miranda
Shout
and
out to
Brandon.
IGN, man.
Yeah, shout out to IGN. There's a couple people there that I definitely look to for inspiration and stuff. But I heard the Podcast Unlocked for Xbox, and I wish I could have been on the show for a rebuttal. I wish I had time because the way they were talking about it, like I get it, it's an Xbox show,
Right.
whatever. But the way they were, I didn't agree. Let's put it this way: I didn't agree with what they said. That they were basically saying that now Sony is pulling at what Xbox did this gen, and Xbox is pulling what Sony did this gen. So it's a role reversal. So Sony's basically resting on their laurels. They haven't shown the console. They don't know what they're doing. You know, that Xbox is coming out hardcore, and they forgot to mention that, yes, Xbox has to come out hardcore. They're behind.
Right.
They're losing. They've lost. They have... PlayStation doesn't have anything to prove right now. PlayStation just has to maintain their goal and be better and just keep going, keep moving forward. Xbox is like, please, look, we have a great system, no doubt about that. The Series X is going to be great, you know, but they don't have any games yet.
Right.
And when they did that poll, yeah, they talked about the poll.
Yes.
And PlayStation still won.
Well, still won. It still won.
That's what I'm saying. They did a poll, guys, of does, now that you've seen both quote unquote reveals for both systems, do single player games matter to you, or where was it? Are you still excited?
No. Are you gonna purchase the Xbox, the PlayStation, both, or are you gonna stick with the Switch? And about, I think it was like 75% still said they're going with the PlayStation.
Yeah.
You know, the rest was divvied up between Xbox and both.
Yeah.
It was still PlayStation winning overall, and the main, you know, they got to it eventually in the podcast that it's all gonna boil down to the games. They was bringing up Sea of Thieves, and they're like, yeah, well, we got Sea of Thieves, but they don't have a God of War. They don't have a
Horizon.
They don't have a Horizon.
They don't have an Uncharted.
Spider-Man. They don't have Uncharted, and they need, and that's what they need to get.
Yeah.
You know. They got high hopes.
They have Hellblade, Senua's Sacrifice.
Yeah, they talked about Hellblade.
Yeah, they talked about Hellblade, but they need, I don't know, man. They need something, man.
They do.
If I'm Microsoft, man, go ahead and get that Splinter Cell exclusive, man. Do something, man. Buy it.
Something. But yeah, anyways, just to round up about that podcast. Yeah. If anybody else takes a listen to it, you know, there's a lot of stuff on there where you're gonna definitely do that meme where the guy's blinking his eyes, going, "What? That? Huh?"
Yeah. It was a lot of reaching.
Yeah. And like I said, all mad love to those guys. I respect them, and I'm a fan, but I disagree. Yeah. I disagree. PlayStation will be just fine, and at the end of the day, it's all about the games. It's always been about the games, because Switch is the least powerful console, probably the least powerful thing in the planet. And
hey, when it comes to the Switch, man, I'm not even gonna do it. Y'all know. Y'all know.
Hey, Resident Evil 3 is supposed to be coming out on the Switch, man.
No fucking way. There's no fucking way. It just got
leaked.
There is
just
no
looking at it on Twitter.
Way.
You know, Doom Eternal's coming out on the Switch.
Oh, you're making me want to do it. No, I can't do it. I'm not doing it today.
Do it. Wait till it's confirmed.
He said do it.
Do it.
It's confirmed.
Listen, y'all. Wait. Damn it. I feel like I have to do it. You're telling me Resident Evil 3 Remake is coming out on the Switch?
And Doom.
Listen, man. What does your cousin Biggs always tell you about the Nintendo Switch, bro? For any game that gets ported or released on the Switch, the burning question has to be, can the Nintendo Switch handle this title? Or will it turn into a fucking volcanic eruption in your hands? I want to know I want to know the temperature of that eruption, of that lava in your hands when you play Resident Evil 3 Remake on the Nintendo Switch.
Temperature of the sun.
A fucking device that doesn't even have Netflix. Can't handle streaming. You're telling me they're going to have fucking... okay, done.
Hey.
Done.
Like I said, Switch is not the most powerful, but it has the games.
Yeah, of course. Mario gonna carry a whole console on his back.
Dude, don't sleep on Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3, guys. They got a new DLC.
The Fantastic Four, right?
Yeah, so good. Oh my god. Anyways. So that's it.
That's it. All right, man.
I guess we should start talking about our main topic, no?
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. That's it. That's it, pretty much. We made it.
I knew this BS.
While we breathing, I guess we can start talking about the main topic of discussion.
All this crunch, man. All this. Lexi, you want to give us a backstory on all this game industry.
Yeah,
crunch.
actually, I wanted to. I was gonna do research by myself, but I was like, fucking Lex is my research, source.
Yeah, I got you.
So why don't I just listen to him?
I got you. So there's a couple of things I'm gonna read. I'm gonna read like what crunch means first of all. So crunch, it's a term for sustained overtime during development, particularly when close to release, has become a hot topic in the games industry in recent years, with the likes of Rockstar, NetherRealm, Epic Games all criticized for their working culture. The new Telltale Games was set up with the goal of a non-crunch work environment, and Nintendo has publicly said it won't release a game before it's ready and even delay it, partly because it wants to focus on the health of its employees. So crunch is OT, man. Hard OT, like no breaks, So I want to read this article by Joe, just a piece of this article by Joe Scrubbles from IGN. It talks about The Last of Us 2, which obviously is the game we're all keeping an eye on. When The Last of Us 2 was delayed, crunch continued unabated rather than subsiding, according to a report on the game's developer. In a wide-ranging report on crunch culture at Naughty Dog, Uncharted, the original Last of Us, Kotaku spoke to anonymous developers at the studio who discussed the effects of the game's delay from February to April. The main point being that crunch would not subside as a result of the extra development time. One developer explained, people thinking that extension is somehow to relieve stress or the workload on the team are wrong. The first thing they want to reiterate is that we aren't slowing down the pace. So in other words, when the game is delayed, it's not, oh, guys, we can kind of slow down. According to what this article is saying and this particular developer, they're saying, hey, we're going to sustain this OT throughout that delay.
Wow.
So crunch. I'm just going to give my personal opinion on crunch. It's an opinion. And let me say this. I don't condone the alleged events that we hear about crunch on any project with people getting mistreated, not getting paid overtime, not getting vacation, not being able to go home at a certain time. I don't condone any of that behavior. That's inhumane. That's horrible, and I definitely don't agree with that. Now, with that being said, on social media, there's an echo chamber that say they would boycott a game because of these stories they hear from crunch. In my opinion, to me, that's counterproductive, and it only hurts the developer. At the end of the day, it's out of our hands and none of our business what happens beyond closed doors, because we don't really know what's going on.
Right.
So let's say we boycott Last of Us 2, and let's be real, nobody's boycotting that game. They can say all they want. Oh, I'm not buying this game, because they can say all they want. No, everybody's going to buy a game.
Sidebar, you guys have to have a conversation with Dan about Last of Us, but that's for another time.
Definitely.
Shout out.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Shout out, Dan. Do that.
So let's say we boycott a game. Not only do we tank sales, but a lot of people lose money, including those same developers. They don't get bonuses. They don't get there's a lot of things that happens behind the scenes with sales. Right. And also, where there's people that don't like crunch, the exact opposite can be said as people who thrive and they love it. Like some people love that, and that's their life. So we're only hearing one side saying, oh, the conditions are horrible and this and that, but we don't really know. So us as consumers, we're just supporting the product we want to play in this case. So we're rewarding the developers for the hard work they do. I did it for Red Dead. I did it for Uncharted. I did it for Last of Us. I'm going to do it for Last of Us 2. I'm going to do it for Cyberpunk. I'm going to do it for the next GTA. I'm going to keep doing that. Because just as there's enough people that don't like crunch, there's an equal, maybe even a greater amount of people that understand that's part of the business. And even in life, we've all experienced crunch and overtime. That's just how life is. Again, as long as it's humane and not anything out of hand. And at the end of the day, you can always quit. I know that's not in everybody's situation, and I know we need money to survive, but there are other jobs out there. There are other things you can do. That's just the reality of the situation. It's a hard business, especially entertainment, where you're the story of the hour. Another hour, oh, what's new? It's different. So that's kind of like my take on that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Who wants to take the floor on that, man?
So what people are saying that The Last of Us 2 is doing that right now?
Yes.
Yeah.
There's been people that have quit. There's people that have quit
Right.
because of the crunch.
actually,
They just can't handle it.
I forget who asked. Somebody
But there's
actually
a lot
asked
of
me in
games
real life.
that
Somebody
have
actually
them.
asked me in real life, like, do you like working under pressure? And I was like, I don't know. Like, I never put too much thought into that. I mean, doing what I do, there's always crunch.
Right.
So it's like,
It's another
I
day
don't
at
know.
the office.
Yeah, for me, it's like another day at the office, but I don't know their working conditions, so it might be a little different. They use a lot of mental power doing, and game
there's
programming and shit
definitely
like that. So,
different levels.
Yeah, it's probably a different
'Cause
level
if
of
you ask
fatigue.
me, I don't think there's any amount of crunch in our job compared to what I've done in the past.
Right. Restaurant same
depends
way.
on-
Restaurant same way.
It just depends on your level. Oh yeah. But I'm waiting for mine. I'm waiting for my go. I'm just elaborating on what you said.
Oh, okay.
I mean, you
All
can
right,
take
no,
the
you
floor
could.
if
Yeah,
you
you
want.
can take the floor, bro.
Oh, you're done.
Yeah.
All right.
I ain't even start.
So,
I don't got nothing to say.
okay. So when it comes to crunch, I personally have dealt with it, not as a game developer, of course, but as Big said, I worked in a restaurant for 16 years. Those of you who have worked in a restaurant truly know what crunch means. We don't get breaks in a restaurant. Usually you eat as you go, or you get there 10 minutes early, you make a little something to eat and you eat. There is no breaks. You work. From when you clock in to you clock out, it's nonstop. Sometimes it's 10-hour shifts, sometimes it's 12-hour shifts. When I worked at Denny's, I worked a 23.5-hour shift with no break.
God damn.
On Christmas, okay? Because that's just what was needed. Guy called out, they needed extra help. They paid double time and a half on holidays. So I was 19 years old. I was all about that paper. Let's get it. Could you imagine sitting in front of a grill for 23.5 hours straight, flipping pancakes and making eggs and shit, nonstop? Hundreds and hundreds of tickets, just nonstop. Christmas is our busiest day of the year. It's just nuts. You literally get there an hour early than you used to. You prep for 2 hours straight, and that 2 hours of prep doesn't even last half the day. Not even half the morning shift. I mean, it's that nuts. But you just get into the zone and you just get used to it, and it's like you don't even think. You just work. You just go. You're just doing it. It kind of has a what's that called? Like when you drink a lot of like Red Bulls or something, like the after, like the meltdown
Crash.
point. Yeah. At the end of it, you kind of crash, and you're just like, oh my god, it's over. Driving home was not fun after that 24-hour shift.
Sounds not safe.
Yeah, no. Halfway home, I started falling asleep, but I made it. As Lex said, there's people that are going to complain about it, and they have the option. Everyone has the option to quit, and they quit. And then there's other people that thrive on it, that are okay with it, that take it as a challenge and enjoy it. Did I enjoy it? Fuck no. But I was just like, let's get it, whatever. Just go, another 2 hours, another 8 hours, another whatever. You just work. Next thing you know, it's time to go. I did that a lot in the kitchen. There was a lot of extra shifts. There'll be times you're 5 minutes from getting off, and they'll come up to you, hey, such and such called out. You mind pulling a double? Yeah, fuck it. I got nothing else better to do. Boom. All of a sudden, you're on a 16-hour plus shift, just in a blink of an eye. And you just have to just be ready for it and just go. There's no waiting. When food orders come in, there's no waiting. That's why, like, this job here that I have now, a lot of people complain about it. This and that, blah, blah, blah. And I go, I know where I came from. I don't want to go back to the kitchen. This job, as of right now, ain't shit compared to the kitchen. Yes, you're on a time thing or this or that, but the stress level from what I'm doing now compared to the kitchen is minuscule compared. So, with that being said, I had another job. This one will be quick. I worked at this place called Unicell Paper Mills before I started cooking. I was there for the construction phase, so we built it. It was a paper mill in Sanford. And yes, we made paper, different types of paper and stuff like that. After I was 19 at this point, 18 turning 19, After the construction phase, they offered me a job to stay on and run what's called the pulper. The pulper is the beginning phase of making paper. Basically, you take these sheets of concentrated wood called pulp. They're in like these giant cubes, and it's like reading a recipe. Each different type of paper has a different type of recipe. There's so many different types of pulp out there.
Overcooked paper 3.
And and you just look up, and you have these giant conveyor belts. You put it on there. You throw in these giant mixers. You mix it with water. Boom, boom, boom. You put it up there. Now, the way they ran their scheduling, you once a month had 6 days off. But before those 6 days and after those 6 days, you have to work 4 12-hour shifts. Okay? So I had just had my 6 days. I worked my 12-hour shift. They came to me and said, hey, blah, 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 just quit. Do you mind working another 12-hour shift? And I go, okay, so what you're telling me is I just worked a 12-hour, I'm covering a 12-hour, then I have to work my 12-hour, right? And they're like, yeah. And I go, no, I'm not about that. But someone else picked that up. They're like, I need the money. Good. So I went home. Come the next day, another 12-hour shift. They come to me towards the end of my shift. Hey, so we still haven't found a replacement for the guy that quit. Do you mind working a 12-hour shift? I'm like, yo, what the fuck? You're asking me to work 36 hours straight again? I quit. I left. They're like, you either do it or quit. And I'm like, yeah.
Oh, shit. So they gave you an ultimatum.
You ain't giving a 19-year-old that ultimatum. Work 36 hours straight with no
I'm
break
out.
or quit. Deuces. I bounced. And they were like, oh, shit, now I got to fucking cover 2 shifts back to back. Yeah, you fucked up. You know, that type of shit, you know, some people do it. So I'm on both sides. I've been the person that quit, and I've been the person that did it. It's just, I don't know. It's some people can handle it, some people can't, some people will, some people won't. Right. So I'm on both sides of it. You know, it's like if they're gonna crunch to get a game out, that's on them. Again, the business has the option to say, do it or don't do it. You know, and if you do it, don't complain about it. Just knock it out.
Right.
Right, but at the same, and also I just want to add. Imagine, Bobby. Imagine you did all those hours, and you didn't get paid. The
no,
OT.
I would have got paid.
No,
I would have got paid the OT.
Just imagine.
Imagine that they did get paid you.
Yeah. No. That part of it I understand. What you said with the whole inhumane, with not being paid, no breaks. I totally understand that that's not right. That. But at the same time, if they tell you this is what we need, and you check that box off and say you're gonna do it, just shut the fuck up and do it. Simple as that. If you're not gonna do it, bye. Go somewhere else.
Because there's certain jobs that I've been.
That's just been my aspect from jobs, and I've had bosses tell me that either do it or go home. Right. Deal with it or find another job, and that's the problem with being out here in Florida is there is a or what is a right to fire state. They can fire you because they don't like the color of your shoelaces you walked in with one day.
You out of here.
You know, so they have that upper hand where they could say, and I've been fired from Denny's one time because I had a doctor's appointment for my car accident, and it was the only day I could go. And my boss looked at me and said, "You either stay and work, or you go to your doctor's appointment to find another job."
All right, cool.
So I left. I'm like, my health is more important. Let's just say 2 months later, they were begging me to come back, and I got more money. Bomb.
Jeez, drop the mic. Yeah, I'm kind of I'm on I guess both fields with it. Like, just thinking of if I was a game developer, I would probably want to be a perfectionist on what's gonna come out because I wouldn't want a 2K situation. You know what I'm saying?
Or Predator.
So I was gonna say Predator, but I didn't want to do that. But I would definitely stay like for a game like 2K that I enjoy, that I got a passion for, wrestling and all that. I would stay 12, 36 hours just to make sure that when it hit the shelves, you know what I'm saying, people enjoyed it and knew that I put, you know what I'm saying, my handprint and my legacy into it. You know, most of those guys, they just really looking for the pat on the back from their peers. And not, you know,
and not to downgrade their job and what they do, because, you know, they're very smart in what they do. But like, bro, you're sitting in an office in AC in a chair. You're not standing on a cook strip on your feet for
whoa.
24 hours straight in front of 600-degree ovens,
Bro, it's
or in a
very
warehouse with no AC where it's 110 degrees outside, sweating your balls off for 30 hours straight. You know,
can't
It's
say that,
physical,
Bobby.
fa-
You
it's
can't
physical
say that,
fatigue.
Steels.
It's physical fatigue versus
just-
mental fatigue. That's what it is.
Here's the thing.
Right, that's what I was gonna say, because I deal with mental
I'm on
fatigue.
that other side of it. You know,
That
here's
shit
the
can
thing.
get very stressful.
Imagine this scenario.
You go home. There's times that I've gone home.
Look at truckers. Truckers deal with crunch every day.
Yeah, but
They
I'm
drive
saying
on the
like
road so
with
much.
mental fatigue, there's times when you go home and that's all you thinking about. You're on your weekend, you're on your days off, and you're like, shit, I gotta go back to work and I gotta hand in this report, get this inspection done, get this done, like, and you're already thinking that's more than 8 hours, that's more than 40 hours right there. You know, so that mental part of it, is damn near like physical stress.
Here's a scenario I want you guys to think about, because then I'm going to say the scenario, and first let me ask this question and then answer it, and then let me give you the scenario. The question is, knowing if you go out and research these stories, knowing what you know, what do you feel about people boycotting a game? Well, does that make you? Do you think buying the game, you're supporting these practices? What are your thoughts, each of you, on that?
I'm making sure that if it's a good game, and it's not like, let's say it's the massive of the studio or outside protesting, then that'll be a different story. But if it's just one or two guys left the company and they just spilled milk pretty much, I'm buying the game to support the other 1,000 guys that are in the office.
It's counterproductive.
Right. I'm
It
good.
is.
I want my money to keep their lights on.
Why would
Right.
you?
I don't want The Last of Us 2 to be the last of Us. You know what I'm saying?
And I think I know what you meant, Lex, when you said it's counterproductive. Because to me, the more I think about it, the more counterproductive it sounds. Are you telling me that people aren't buying the games that are being crunched?
Right.
Yeah, they're boycotting it.
Why? Like, okay,
Because
you guys worked under harsh conditions. Let's not even reward you for that by playing the shit you worked so hard on.
Exactly.
Not only that, financially,
people didn't stop. People didn't stop going to Denny's because I worked a 24-hour shift. They're still gonna go.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. If the
that's
people
how I
boycott
feel.
the games, guess what's that's gonna hurt? The employees, because they're gonna be like, well, shit, we didn't sell enough. Guess what? Half y'all gotta go.
Exactly.
Now those
So
people
now
that
there's more
dig the
people in the
crunch, they're gonna
streets.
get fired.
Exactly. It doesn't make any sense.
So that's why I wanted to put.
You still need to support it.
Of course, and that's what I try to tell people sometimes when they say, "Oh, I'm going to boycott Red Dead. I'm going to boycott Last of Us." I'm like, "Listen, that doesn't make any sense. Look, it's actually the reality. The harsh reality is, we are not in a position to fix this. The only thing we can do is talk about it and give our opinions and say, "Hey, we don't believe that this is the way you should treat people." But that's it. We have no say. Honestly, it's damn if you do, damn if you don't. You know, us as consumers,
It's business.
It's business. We buy the product to support these people, keep their lights on, feed their families. You know what I'm saying? And then you're telling me to boycott that same game just because there's 15% of because this is a large studio. This is Naughty Dog, you know.
Right.
Because maybe 2% of the employees that quit are complaining about it. So what about the other 98%? What about the head guys that are saying, hey, you know, we're here. The Rockstar came out immediately and said, hey, when it comes to crunch, that's not mandatory. That's volunteer. We would love everybody to stay for crunch, but us, the creators of Rockstar, we're working every day 24/7. And that's why GTA is GTA. That's why GTA 5 is the greatest selling piece of entertainment in the history. In the history of man. In the history. Because of
Once
that.
I see game developers in the parking lots with picket signs and stuff like that, then it'll be a change of narrative from me. But until then, I'm buying the games. I'm supporting the developers. Hey, if y'all want to speak y'all truths, send an email, psandbs, man. We got a mic open for y'all.
Definitely. Definitely. Seriously.
All it was just an employee that got fired, and he's just talking shit now. You know, it's like
And it happens
No,
everywhere.
some of them don't just get fired. Some of them walk away. They probably got the
Some
ultimatum,
walk,
just like you know. But it's business, you know. Shit like that happens. You know, you take your ball, you go home, and you find somewhere else.
Look at our job now. We're essential, guys. You know that? We're essential. We have.
Well, a lot of places
we're
are
still
essentials.
going to work.
Even car
The
repair
only
shops
jobs
are
that
essentials.
ain't essential is fucking barbershops. That's what it seems
At
like.
this point, yeah. My barber just sent me a
Yeah.
text talking about, yeah, it's a wrap unless you want me to show up at your house. I said, what?
Yeah.
So you tell me when I would look on YouTube crazy?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Hey,
Bringing out
so
the dad hat next
just wear a
episode.
hat. Just wear the hats.
Wear the hat. Yeah, wear the hat.
Yo, but one more thing I want to say before we wrap up on this is, damn, now I lost my train of thought. So, here's the thing. Here's the thing with Crunch and these people and the people, when it comes to other types of businesses, that's the entertainment business is very fickle. So if they're working under Crunch and you only get one shot, if the game tanks, it's pretty much over, like you said. You know, if I'm at my job and I make a mistake on something, the company will keep on going. I'll fix that mistake and we'll move on. With this particular business, they just get one shot. You think everybody's looking for a bunch of developers from the real 2K20 for a job? Because they saw what they did and they're like, no, I don't want to hire those people.
Nah, I'm cool.
I want to hire Naughty Dog. I want to hire this person because they're successful.
It's just
It's
like
crazy.
in the movie industry, music
Yeah.
industry. Think of
Yeah.
your favorite artist right now. Hey, Biggs, think of Drake. Nah, I won't even say Drake because he a cheat code. But just think of your favorite artist comes out now, and he comes out with a second project and it tanks. You might not hear nothing more from that guy anymore. You know what I'm saying? It's a wrap for him, though. It's a dub, man.
Yeah, they'll
Not
be
gonna
doing
on the radio
features.
no more.
They'll be doing features for the rest of their life.
Young
Right.
Jock.
Yeah, they'll be on Love and Hip Hop.
Sheesh.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Anyways, but yeah, so I just wanted to kind of talk about that. We're pretty much on the same page, and we equate real life to it, our lives to it, and it's part of the business. You know, I just at the end of the day, I want to reiterate this to our listeners: we do not condone inhumane treatment of employees. We want people to get paid their OT. We want people to feed their families. We don't want to hear any of these horror stories, and we don't support it. However, we do want to support those thousands and thousands of other employees that still need to make a living.
And we want to fucking play the game that they made, obviously. Like,
and I honestly would love for any game developer, small indie to the majors, man. If y'all just want to talk, let's talk, man. We got the platform for it.
Yeah, if you got a Crunch experience or something like that you want to share, you know what I'm saying? Hit up the IG at psandbspod.
Yeah,
But
There you
on
go.
that note, y'all boys,
Ooh.
we ready.
Ready to move on?
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
you already know.
Let's go in the studios.
Oh.
Oh yeah, it's the boys back in PS&BS Studios. Big Elite News with OVO Biggs and Statman Lex. Take it away.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Wow.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Big Elite News. My name is Biggs. I'm with Lex. Biggs today has no update news. It
Due
is
to the Rona.
due to the karate virus. There is no. Well, I mean, it's probably not due to that, but
Oh, it's due to that.
It's-
They ain't at work. They at home.
it's super dry. Updates, DLCs, literally. I think I saw a Fortnite little challenger pack that you get to play as a fish or something like that. But that's about
shit.
it. Like a fish in a tuxedo.
Play as a fish. In a tuxedo.
But yeah, literally.
Sounds like some Fortnite shit.
Yeah, update DLC news, and you know it's dry, but to me it doesn't matter because of the shit that Lex is about to say. So I'm gonna turn it to Lex with the upcoming game releases. It's gonna be good.
Hello. Statman Lex here with your game releases for the final week of March and into April.
Hold on. Oh shit. All right, never mind.
What happened?
Go ahead.
All right.
No, I just was thinking about something. I was thinking about Control and I thought about something, but go ahead.
All right, out on PS4 digital, Curious Expedition. Curious Expedition is a road-like expedition simulation set in the late 19th century. Take the role of famous historical personalities and venture forth on expeditions to unexplored regions on a quest for fame, science, and of course, fortune. Don your pith helmet and Cactus and make your way through a lush, procedurally generated world of wonder and mystery. Curious Expedition.
Pith,
all right.
Pith helmet and Cactus.
Cactus. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. Yeah. You gotta have a little definitions with in those descriptions.
Yeah, the little keyword thing at the bottom where it tells you what it means.
Little legend. So out April 3rd, Hyper Parasite. I'm curious about this one. Hyper Parasite, a roguelike twin stick shooter brawler that never plays the same twice. Collect and control 60 different characters as the body-snatching alien parasite with a grudge against humanity. Fight to the top of the food chain, possess the president, push the big red button, and one-up the human race.
That sounds cool.
Wow.
I'm curious about that one.
Yeah, that sounds cool. And I know what you. And I just want to let you know, Lex, I know exactly what you're doing.
Okay.
I know what you're doing. I know what you're doing.
Out on PS4 Digital, Operencia, The Stolen Sun. Nice cover art. Operencia, The Stolen Sun embraces everything you love about classic first-person dungeon crawlers, enhancing the old-school turn-based RPG experience with modern sensibilities.
Yes, sir.
Gather your team of memorable characters and guide them through the world inspired by Central European mythology, where history meets legend. Looks good.
All right.
Also out on PS4 Digital, Overpass.
Ooh.
Take control of big-name buggies and quads to negotiate scree slopes, steep inclines, and various obstacles on extreme off-road and technically challenging tracks. Find the best route and manage your acceleration, differentials, and drivetrain to dominate in local or online competitions. Overpass.
Did you say scree slopes?
Yeah, it says scree slopes.
Oh, okay. I just thought you were getting your hood out real quick.
Nope.
The ski slopes.
Nope, it says screes.
We taking it to the streets.
Good catch. But it says scree slopes. Maybe it's maybe it's a misprint. God, I feel like Ron Burgundy. You write it, I'll read it. Out March 31st. Persona 5 Royale on digital and retail.
Yo, hey, listen, let me tell you something, Lex.
It almost isn't fair.
Now sound like he's
It's
excited.
Royal, not Royale.
I want to say Royale.
God damn. It's not Fortnite, damn it.
I know.
Royal.
Yeah, it's not a battle royale.
Royale.
Persona 5 Royal.
All right.
Royalty. It is royalty. It is majestic.
I blame Quentin Tarantino.
Yo.
Wear the mask. Reveal your truth. Prepare for an all-new RPG experience in Persona 5 Royal, based in the universe of Persona. Don the mask of Joker and join the Phantom Thieves of Hearts. Break free from the chains of modern society and stage grand heights to infiltrate the minds of the corrupt and make them change their ways. Now that is a description.
You don't
no
need a
bias.
description. You didn't need to say that. It's Persona 5.
Now the real question here.
But that's how it's done.
The real question here is Biggs going to be at work when this game comes out?
Oh.
That's the real question.
That is the real question.
All right.
He gonna call out. He gonna call out.
Johnny, listen.
Well,
He has a pattern of Tuesdays.
well, it is in the middle of the week. You know, I don't know if I can. You know,
You did it for Kingdom Hearts.
I did do it for Kingdom Hearts 3, but that was a complete. Well, it's like a different spectrum with
Oh my
Kingdom
God.
Hearts, but I got the time. You know what I'm saying? I got the time.
I got
Wow.
the time.
But-
oh,
Wow.
I very well may use the time off instead. Maybe not for Persona 5, but for Final Fantasy 7 Remake because it drops on a Friday.
Okay,
So
okay.
might go ahead and take that
weekend.
Friday, get that Friday up out of there. You know, stay home, do my thing. But I don't know. I don't know. I might. It's still on the table. It's however I get to work and I'm feeling on Monday night. I might go ahead and press that send.
You know, the
button,
hype
man.
train usually gets more hype usually that day before.
Yeah.
That's when it starts trending all over. The
but I
reviews.
already.
That's what happened with Doom Eternal. Like I was like, I'm not gonna. I'm gonna pause and then start seeing the reviews. I'm like, fuck it, I gotta buy this shit.
And yesterday, the easiest $100 I ever spent in my life. I pressed that button so easy. It was almost like as soon as I opened my eyes, I pressed the button and didn't think about it all day.
There you go.
That was the easiest $100 I ever spent. I'm ready. For
I got 3 more.
Man. Oh shit! I thought you saved the best for last, but all right, cool.
I know.
No, I got 3 more. No. Snaky Bus on PS4 Digital. Snaky Bus is an absurd arcade driving game and frantic score chasing experience where the biggest danger is yourself. Wind through city streets, pick up as many passengers as you can, and deliver them to their destination to increase your score and length of your bus. You're literally...
Someone's getting sued. Sounds like Crazy Taxi.
Somebody's
but all
getting
right.
sued. Somebody's getting sued. Somebody's getting sued.
Oh my god.
That's Crazy Taxi.
Somebody's getting sued.
This is a little different. I'm gonna put this picture on the chat. All right, and now moving
Sounds
on.
like that game with a snake when you run into things and you grow.
No, you guys might play this game.
That's called Snake, Steels.
Oh,
Yeah, okay. That snake game. That's what I said. Sounds like that snake game that you eat the things and you grow.
On the
Why don't
Nobody-
they just call this shit Train instead of Snaky Bus? That bitch look like a train flying around.
Hey, every time we trash a game, it usually be like the #1 game of the week. The
I know.
last one
That's
we
true.
trashed was that finger game. That shit was all up and down on IGN's website. So I'm just like,
Yeah.
Hey.
I'm kind of pumping the brakes on trashing games.
Unless they're like, unless they deserve to be.
Autobahn.
2
Yeah.
more. Totally reliable delivery service out on April 1st. Buckle up your
Death
back
Stranding.
brace. Yeah, buckle up your... Not this one, guys. Buckle up your back brace and fire up the delivery truck. It's time to deliver. Join up to 3 of your friends and haphazardly get the job done in an interactive sandbox world. Delivery attempted. That's a totally reliable delivery service guarantee.
Sounds like
I don't know.
something me and Steels will end up playing.
Yeah, you should. It looks fun. I'm sending that one on the chat as well.
Hey, there was
And-
a game that I saw that looked like Overcooked that was like moving out or something like that. I was like, this looks like Overcooked.
This
but
motherfucker
instead-
is hanging by the cart. He's hanging off of it. Wow.
And last but not least, out April 3rd on Friday. Goodbye, world. Resident Evil 3.
You're
Do I have to read the description?
Yes, you read it for Persona. You have to read it for Resident Evil. What the hell
All right.
kind of question is that?
Nemesis.
Jill Valentine is one of the last remaining people in Raccoon City to witness the atrocities Umbrella performed. To stop her, Umbrella unleashes their ultimate secret weapon, Nemesis. Also includes Resident Evil... God, they killed me right here.
Oh shit.
Also includes Resident Evil Resistance and a 1v4 online multiplayer set in the Resident Evil universe for more survivors face off against a similar mastermind. All right, so Resident
God.
Evil 3, the
Ew.
game, single player game is coming out.
Ew, that was insane. That was insane what you just did, but it was very it fit, but it was just crazy that you did that.
We gotta give that Resistance a try, man.
Nope. 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 Y'all forcing
Nope.
my hand with Predator.
We have a job
Nope.
to do.
Nope. No.
Do I have to resend you that trailer?
No.
I'm gonna watch the trailer after this because I'm not sure what trailer you guys are talking
Yeah,
about.
Bro.
I need your live. I need your live
resend it
reaction.
so I can see it
yeah,
too,
I need
'cause
your
I've never
live
seen it.
reaction once we get off this. We're gonna get
Yeah.
back in the party, and I need your live reaction when y'all see this trailer.
Send it
That
right
shit-
now. I'll give you my live reaction right now.
He said,
Send it now.
he said, send it now. Jeez.
That's it.
You
That's
you
it
got,
for
you got,
the...
you got something else to worry about right about now, Steels.
Yes,
Oh,
sir.
Yeah. Woo. It's only been a week, but it feels like I haven't heard that in a hot minute.
All right.
Oh, it's time. It's time for Shaved My Sprockets. So, guys, as I always start off by saying, do you know what really shaves my sprockets?
What does Steels?
No, he's still not used to the sound.
Oh my
Look, he
god.
almost died over there. He got the corona.
Yo, so this is kind of a two-parter, but they kind of play in the same with each other. Pre-recorded telemarketers and solicitors after purchasing a home or anything big, could be a car or whatever. So that's what Shades My Sprockets. All right, so next week we're gonna. No, I'm just kidding.
Yo, I was about to say, what in the hell?
No, so here's what I'm saying. When it comes to robo pre-recorded telemarketers, I know you guys get it all the time. You get the phone calls, pick up the phone, hello, 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 and then just hang up. You also get the other calls where it's like, hello, and they're like, this is not a sales pitch.
Mm-hmm.
We want you to buy our products. We're like, you just said it's not a fucking sales pitch. But then you try to sell me something. What the fuck? Or we get that pre-recorded, hi, I am Sergeant blah, blah, blah from this place. We're trying to raise funds for our golf outing. And it's like you get all these phone calls where your first instinct is click, you know. But then sometimes you get people that actually talk. And they say it's a warranty or solar or credit card something. I can't count how many times I had people call and I tell them, take me off of the calling list. And then they call back the next day. And I'm like, I talked to you yesterday. It's the same person. I know the same voice. Stop fucking calling me. You know, sometimes it gets to the point where I just be like that. I'll answer the phone. Blah, 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 blah. Stop fucking calling me. And I hang up. You know? Or I just go off on a tangent and I'll just start yelling and screaming and cursing, whatever, and then they hang up on me.
You know what you should do next
you called
time?
Me.
When they call you,
What?
Bobby, try to sell them something.
Ooh. Ooh. Yo, no cap. I'm going to try that. I'm going to try that. You know what my friend
Or
told me?
promote the
My friend
podcast.
my friend works for Bank of America, right? And he gets these calls a lot. He said one time he called and they're all like, hi, all I said, he goes, oh yeah. Oh baby, that's a spot. Just just hit it right there. Oh yeah. Like he just went off like he's fucking getting it.
Oh God!
On a phone call.
And that's
He
the
said, "I never heard
boys.
from them again." He said I never heard from them again.
Johnny
Now,
told me
as
he
far
does
as-
something weird. I forget what it was though.
As far
Johnny
as the
probably sends
soliciting,
him the snap of the bottles.
it's the same thing. Like when you purchase a house or you purchase a car, somehow all of a sudden you get all these phone calls. Sometimes you even get door visits of people saying, "You want to
What?
buy this water softener? You want to buy solar? You want to get this hot water
Encyclopedia?
heater?" It's like yeah, it's like how the fuck do they know? And then they just come day after day after day, and it's like, listen, I just bought a house. Let me obviously clearly you see me pulling in boxes from a U-Haul truck and you're still gonna sit here and try to sit down and have a meeting about a water softener? Come on, man. like let me do me. I'll call you if I need that shit.
Right.
You know? But no, these people don't care, bro. They're savage out there. They're just like, nah.
Hey,
I
man,
want
they
to try to
gotta
sell
eat,
you
man.
this.
They got that crunch. They gotta
I
eat.
guess, but I don't know. And then what I hate it. I had this I hate Spectrum. Some people know me. I don't like
man.
Spectrum. Spectrum used to be Best Buy, Bright House, but that's for another topic. Anyway, once I had fiber optic AT&T in my neighborhood, I switched with the quickness. Okay, I've had that ever since. I have a whole gig of download. It's amazing. About a few months ago, I had this guy come to my door. I opened the door with my headset on. Open the door. Yeah. Oh, I'm with Bright House. Y'all suck. Stop coming here. And I slammed the door and went back to my game.
Wow. You gotta disrespect them.
That's crazy,
Yo.
Steels.
Leave me alone.
That is crazy. That is crazy.
He said, "Leave me alone."
Stop coming to my door. Stop coming to my door so much.
At least
Yo,
you're not like
if
me.
you come to a door, there should be a way where if you go to a door and you go, okay, I'm trying to sell this. All right, cool, no problem. Because this was like the fourth time. And it's like, yo, I've already said numerous times. I'll give you the first 1, 2, maybe 3 times. But eventually I'm going to blow up on someone. You know, eventually. It's just, I'm over it. they should be able to like put in the system. Already went to this house, not interested, and maybe come back like 8 months later, a year later, and be like, all right, let's give them a chance now. Maybe they might change their
Next
mind.
time they come to the house, you tell them, hey, we only talk cash if you spend the night. So what's up?
Steels, you need that ring. Steels, you need the ring. That's what you need.
Yeah, with the camera.
Yes, the ring on the door.
Yeah,
the door
bro,
bell.
The way my door, my hallway is set up, right? The my buzzer is like to the side, so it would only show the wall. Like it won't look down the hallway.
No, you don't have to put it there. You don't have to put it where the buzzard is. You can put it wherever you want it.
You put it wherever you want.
It's wireless, baby.
Oh, I thought it just takes place of the buzzer.
No. You put it where you want.
Yeah, you can put it wherever you want.
Oh.
They walk by
it's a lady
it,
that
they
lives
send you
right across
notification.
from me in the apartments, and she got it
Well,
on her
then
apartment
in
door.
that case, I could get that, so I don't have to leave my seat while I'm gaming. I get to push the button, like fuck out of here.
Right, yeah, no,
Yep.
exactly. Like
Yeah.
it'll
I mean,
send you a
Not
notification.
interested.
Like it'll show you a notification. Like, oh, there's motion by your door. You open up the camera, you see who's there. You can speak to him through it. Yo,
Yeah,
yo,
yeah.
Yeah.
Leave the
I'm
pizza on the
busy.
floor.
yeah.
Right, leave it.
No contact.
Don't come back.
So let me ask you guys a question. What do you think if a person keeps answering the door, looking around with their hand behind their back? Do you think that's suspicious?
Hold on, say that. Oh, if
Yeah.
somebody answers the door with their hands behind the back, usually I have my hand behind the back just
Yeah,
so they
'cause Lex
so they
asking that
believe I got
because-
that thing on me.
Yeah, Lex asking that because he got his fucking Nina with him when he
Yeah,
answers the door.
that's why I always answer the door.
That ass. Hey, I live in an apartment and it be some weird shit
Oh,
going
you mean
on.
on the opposite way? Like if I went knocking on someone's door and they opened with their hand on the back.
Yes.
Yeah, you already know what's going on.
I mean, I would think they would expect it by now.
Right. Hell yeah.
They would expect that. I mean,
Right.
I've never done it. I mean, okay, I lied. I have done it a couple times. I've never had my hand on my back. I had it in my hand behind my back. Once or twice. But the way I open the door, it comes inside like to the angle. I kind of just stick my head just to see. So if I see anything crazy I don't like, I can just boom, close the door right away.
Gotcha.
And my door, what's good about my door is even if the handle is locked, I can turn it from my side. So it'll still be locked. So if I just slam the door, it's locked on the other side. I don't have to like.
Oh, okay.
You know, some doors you have to like unlock it
close,
to open from both
then lock
sides.
again. Right,
Well,
right.
on mine, if I keep it locked, it's locked only on one side. I can still
Right.
turn and open from the inside.
So that
with
means
it
you
still
can lock
being
yourself
locked.
outside on accident. I've
It's
done that at my
happened
mom's
numerous
house.
times. I don't
That's
want to
at
get
my
into
mom's
that.
house numerous times.
That's happened numerous times. In the beginning, when we first got it, every week I got locked out.
Boom. Ah, no.
The second that door closed, fuck!
Right. That's when you like, say, okay, which window did I leave open? Which one?
Oh my god.
Usually it's like, did I close the patio door or not?
Yup. Hey, but we're at that times, especially with all this shit going on where people is losing their jobs and, you know, all this craziness is going on. Trust me, people are going to get more, what I like to say.
Lie.
People are going to get
Not gonna
brave.
lie, I had a weird situation yesterday. AT&T came to the house because I just got my roof recently replaced, so they
Yeah.
took my dish off because I have DirecTV,
Yeah.
and they didn't put it back on. They're not allowed to until inspection
Complete?
gets completed.
Okay.
So I had to call DirecTV, dealt with them, this and that, da 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 da. Anyway, a guy came yesterday, put it in, but I was like, yo, I don't want it on my roof. They're like, oh, that's no problem. We could do a custom thing where
Post.
they, you know, put a post on the ground, cement, couple feet down, this and that, da da da. We'll attach it to the post.
Yep.
It costs this much. Well, they waived everything for me, you know. But regardless, homeboy didn't call. They always say you get like a 20, 30-minute courtesy call that they're gonna be there within a window or something like
Yeah.
that. Just knocked at the door. Thump, thump, thump. Boom. Okay. Open the door. Oh, I wasn't expecting a call. Oh, you didn't get an automated call ahead thing? Nah. He goes, oh, I guess in their system, like they'll put on the way, and it'll automatically call, but it didn't. So homeboy shows up. He's in a minivan, which is not too non-normal because they use a lot of subcontracted people to do the installations and stuff like that. He was
Right.
wearing an AT&T shirt, okay, which I'm pretty sure nowadays anyone can get their hands on anything. He's out there doing work, and then all of a sudden I get a call from AT&T. Your technician's gonna be there between 10:30 and 10:45. It's 9:30, and I'm like,
Who's this motherfucker?
Who's this motherfucker? Who's outside
shit.
taking a hold
Here
next
we
to my
go
house?
again.
Yes, sir.
Oh shit. Here we go again.
But no, it was all cool. But that's one of those situations that it's like nowadays you never know. He could have somehow got some kind of information, but
Yup.
he ain't actually gonna be digging up no hole if he was trying to do something, you know.
Right.
But you know, then he came in the house and made sure like the cable resetted and all this shit or whatever. So it was all good. But it
Sheesh.
could have been something weird. I'm like, yo, this dude out here saying he from AT&T, and I just got a courtesy call from AT&T saying my
It'd been
text on
funny
its
if
way.
they called and said, "Hey, we're gonna have to cancel and reschedule for next week. You got Buddy in your backyard playing around."
Yeah. That's some shit.
How do y'all boys feel about being back on the audio?
I honestly feel weird. I was gonna wait till we ended it. This feels really
I don't think it's weird
weird.
because we're just so used to doing it, but I really was enjoying the aspect of going somewhere, setting
Yeah,
up,
being with each
seeing
other,
each
yeah.
other's
Right.
seeing
Yeah.
each other's reactions and stuff like that.
Yep.
It is what it is. It's tough times,
Yeah,
and we
yeah.
got to do what we
The-
got to
the
do.
people who
so
listen don't
at least we're
understand.
still putting out the content.
Yeah. People understand.
To me, it's just we've done this so much it's normal, but yeah, I wish we could have. This is just delaying that Overcooked 2 footage
Yes,
and
oh
that
my
one
God.
Call of Duty playback that I have with Trev,
Yeah, where he's looking at the
Yeah.
fucking wall. Yeah.
where he's
Yep.
looking at the wall
Yeah,
instead
yeah,
of down
yeah.
the hallway. Yeah,
Trust,
yeah.
we'll get to it. Trust me, we'll get to it. It's,
but,
gotta
in
wait for
due
all this to
time-
pass.
That's
Yeah.
right. And I'm pretty sure we're customizing our content because there's certain things we do want to talk about, but it's almost YouTube worthy because there
Right.
must be scene reactions and or clips
The
or
real
whatever.
2K
No, sir. No, sir.
game.
No, sir. No, sir. No. Yeah, no. But anyway,
But I think
guys,
it's better than nothing. Yep,
uh,
we did it.
we good?
Oh,
We good, man.
I'm good.
We out of here, man. It's been the boys.
Hold on. Let that.
I'm good,
Hold on.
I'm
Let
good.
that. Let that. You hear that? You hear that?
Oh
There you
shit.
see, you gotta let that.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
You gotta let that
man.
simmer a
it's-
little bit.
It's kind of low though. It's kind of low. Put that.
Hey
put
man,
that
it's
on.
gonna hit when it needs to hit, man. It's been the boys, man. Episode 29, man. Subscribe to
29.
YouTube.
We out.
We out of here.
We out.
Yeah.